Hey guys, let's talk about batteries a little bit. Hoping I can save you a little money and help you make the right choice. It doesn't always pay, almost never pays actually, to buy the cheapest battery on the shelf. But I've also learned not necessarily to buy the most expensive battery is the best deal either. I've tried. Now I run a lot of heavy equipment, a lot of vibration, a lot of heat. So these batteries I buy have to be able to survive in pretty rough conditions. Here in Central California, our winters are pretty mild, but our summers are pretty brutal. So it's super hot here in the summer, 105, 110 degrees sometimes, really dry. We don't get any rain at all in the summer. So, and there's a lot of vibration on the dozers, wood processors, excavators, dump trucks, things like that. And over the years, I've used different brands of batteries, primarily because that's what was available in this small town we're in. Now, I'll tell you right now, the best, all-time best battery I've ever used was back when CarQuest was in our town. And they had a battery, they told me it was made by a company named Hobbs, Hobbs. And I've still got some Hobbs batteries in my trucks that are almost 15 years old, and they're still working. Now, they don't still have the full cold cranking amps they did when they were new, but they still start the truck. They still work. And if you run them every day, they don't go dead. But that's like an anomaly. That's the only brand of battery I've ever had that has done that. Now, I've been told by others that the Hobbs battery is actually a Deca. This is a Deca right here, marine battery. I've had pretty good luck with Decas as well. So, as far as rating batteries 1 to 10, I have to give the Hobbs I guess it'd be a 10 for being best performer. Now the Decas, I've also used quite a few Decas, and it seems to me they're not quite as good, even though they're supposedly out of the same factory. But yet they are a very good battery. So I would give a Deca probably an 8 or a 9. Then there's that's an old CarQuest. That's a Deca. Then I've switched to Interstate because they will come up here and service my shops. This is an Interstate right here, Group 31. We use a lot of Group 31s, which is this size battery right here. This one's a top stud, not post, but they've done pretty good for me so far. I've been with the Interstate now for about 2 years, and these Group 31s are holding up pretty good. Now let me introduce you to, and I'll give them probably a 7 or 8 so far. Now that may go up if, a couple, 3, 4 more years down the road, 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, we still got some of these Interstates, then I'll increase that rating to a 10 or 9. But I like to see the longevity on these batteries. Let me introduce you now to the world's worst frickin' battery.
What a piece of junk!
I have ever come across, and I've spent a fortune on these batteries. I had an account with a company out of Fresno I won't name, but they carried the Centennial batteries. That's their label right there. They're supposed to be, see that, 75 months. I have yet to see one go 18 months, guys. Junk. I just don't waste your money on Centennial batteries. That's my opinion. That's my experience. I've had at least 30 different pieces of equipment with these batteries in them. So it's not just a one-time, two-time thing. It's a 30-time thing. And I've tried to, they stood behind them for a little bit, but they got tired of taking care of them for me, so I had to cancel the account and quit dealing with them because it was too much for them. So far with Interstate, they've been doing well for me. I've had one battery that kind of came up short, and they swapped it right out, full warranty. So, customer service is everything when it comes to batteries. Now, another one I haven't mentioned that's actually a pretty good deal for the money is the O'Reilly's battery. I think they're called Power Start. Is that right? I think they're Power Starts. Anyway, I don't have one here to show you, but they've done real well. For the money, you can't really go wrong with that. They'll get you down the road and keep going for quite a while. I think they go about full 5 years, which what I think their warranty is 5 years, and they seem to make it to that. Now, another thing you can do, guys, to really help avoid problems with connectivity to your batteries and corrosion. And a lot of your problems, it's not always your battery that's the problem. You can't start a vehicle. A lot of, when you clamp on these posts, you'll see this battery here has the felt washers that are impregnated with, I think it's dielectric grease. These things are worth their weight in gold. When you swap out batteries, always put these little washers on, both the positive and the negative, and it will greatly reduce any corrosion problems you're having in your cable connection is to your battery. And even on the stud batteries, I will put these washers underneath. Just have it there in position like you would if it was on a post, and it does its job. Now, there's different brands of these too. You can buy them carded at the car store. They're generally pretty dry. Let me show you one. They're usually red and green like that. They're very dry. There's really nothing in them. I don't have a green one. They're different sizes for positive and negative posts sometimes. Here you can see that's a bigger, little bit thicker material washer there. The ones you get carded are kind of flimsy and they're very dry. Don't recommend those. What I get, and I've got these from Amazon, but I got the Deca washers to start, and they're a nice product, but they're like the carded ones. They're just kind of flimsy. They're moist. You can see my fingers are getting shiny from it, so they're pretty well impregnated with the corrosion inhibitors. But even better is this brand, NCP2. And let me show you. I just got a new container here. It's still sealed. And if it is what I think, it should be almost dripping. Well, this one's not as wet as the last can was. These are drier. The last can, guys, was just like these things were dripping with that, but they are wet. You can maybe see my fingers getting shiny. So these are really nice products. They're nice and wide. Let's just compare one here to the Deca. See how much more material there is there? See how you can punch out that center ring to make it bigger for a bigger post battery on a big piece of equipment, probably on a big 8D or something like that. These are much flimsier. The NP2 has just got a lot more substance to it. It's thicker this way, and it's thicker a little bit. It's not so much thicker this way as it is denser. It's much denser. So if you're going to buy, when you buy these, order, in my opinion, the NCP2 is a better product, and I think they are more impregnated with that anti-corrosion dielectric grease. So those are my hints or tricks and tips for dealing with batteries. Make sure you're getting a battery that has a good performance record. It pays to go the extra mile rather than settle for something like the Centennial. Go the extra mile and get yourself an Interstate or a Deca or a Car. If there's CarQuest near you, go get CarQuest battery. That's what I would do. Or O'Reilly's is pretty good, but I really like if CarQuest batteries are still made by Hobbs, that's what you want. Use your washers. The other trick too is once you've put your washer on, and then you put your clamp on there, your post clamp. You've bolted it after you've cleaned it. Of course, use a wire brush and clean it out. Put that down there on top. I spray the tops with a battery sealer or plastic dip. Plastic dip works. Anything you can do to kind of seal those connections off from air will really help them stay corrosion free. But just these by themselves makes a big difference. So there you have it. Go the extra mile, get a quality battery, take the time to clean your terminals. Spend an extra buck, put a couple of these felt washers on that are impregnated with the dielectric grease, and you'll be set for really until you need to switch your battery out. You should not have any problems with any kind of corrosion on your battery posts until you need to switch your battery out again. I mean, that'll be the reason you take them off. You shouldn't have to take them off occasionally and clean them when you do that. I hope that helps you guys. See you on the next one. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye-bye. So hey guys, if you like the content on this channel, well, you might check out our other channel. It's Father and Sons Investing. And it's all about encouraging your kids to think about their future and invest in their future. So check it out.